Now, it's always very debatable about where Lamingtons come from. Maybe New Zealand, maybe Australia. You know what? I think they are an Aussie icon. Don't you think?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's not too many Aussies who haven't had a Lamington.
I know. And I think it's that combination of soft sponge and chocolate and coconut that we all love.
Yeah, that works a treat, that's for sure.
All right.
All right, so we're going to start with the cake.
Yep.
And rather than a sponge today, we're going to actually make a butter cake because I actually
Okay.
think that makes a nicer Lamington, especially when you're making it at home.
What's the difference?
Well, I guess adding the butter gives that beautiful sort of buttery texture to the cake. It makes it a bit heavier and it helps it to last longer too.
Okay.
So you cream together the butter and sugar.
And that butter has been softened.
Nice and soft, and whip it up really quickly so that it's nice and light and changes colour a bit.
And now we're going to add the eggs one at a time, as usual.
Yep, one at a time.
And I'm just going to turn it down a bit so it doesn't splatter everywhere. One, let it incorporate. Add another one. Great.
So if it was a sponge, there would be a lot more eggs and sugar going on and a much lighter texture. But I think the keeping qualities of the flavour are better if we do it this way.
And do you put jam and cream in your Lamington, or you keep it really classic and just have that butter cake with the chocolate and the coconut?
I kind of like them just as they are, but, you know, I wouldn't worry me if you put some jam in the middle either.
I'm with you. I just like to keep it really simple. All right, last egg goes in.
There we go. A little bit of vanilla might be nice.
Sure, got some over here.
And then it's a matter of just folding through the flour and the milk.
All right, well, I'll stop that. And I'm just going to add a little bit of thyme. And this is just plain flour or self-raising?
Self-raising flour.
Self-raising flour, so we get a little bit of a lift. And then we'll pop the machine back on.
So essentially, this is the same sort of mixture that you would use for a cupcake or a patty cake.
And just add a bit of milk.
And with a butter cake, you kind of want it to get to what we call a dropping consistency. So you want it to sort of be a little bit gooey and drop. If it's too hard, well, it just makes the cake too hard, really.
Okay.
That looks good, though.
Let's have a look. Oh, yes.
Great, yeah, that's great.
It's dropping. And what's the next stage?
We need to pop it into the prepared pan.
Okay.
Might as well get busy and do something.
You're putting me to work
I'm
today,
sorry,
Trish.
I know. It's true.
And how long are we cooking this butter cake for, Trish?
All right, it's going to go into a moderate oven, 180, for around about 45 minutes should do the trick.
Fabulous. This butter cake is looking good.
It does look
perfectly golden brown, but we do need to even it up a bit so we get those perfect Lamingtons, don't we?
Yeah, we want some nice squares, so we'll have to even it off. So a nice big long bladed knife, probably best.
Sorry, Trish.
Wait till the cake's cooled down really well,
Yeah.
and then use a sawing action so that you can cut through the cake, and then you'll end up with something that's, well, flatter.
Absolutely.
If you like. I like to trim off the edges too. I just think you get a better result. Now, while I'm doing that and
Yes.
getting that ready, could you please sift in that pure icing sugar?
Whole lot?
Yep, the whole lot. And to that, you can add the Bourneville cocoa. So it's a cup and a half of cocoa in there as well, but it makes that beautiful, thick, chocolatey syrup that we're going to coat the cake in.
Okay, well, I'll just grab a spoon over here just to get that through.
I'm going to cut it into 4 and then cut each into 3. So that looks kind of Lamington size, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, I might help you
Please
measure
do.
this out. That takes a little while, all that, doesn't it?
And I might just give you a bigger sift here.
So it's 1.5 cups, which is kind of a lot, but we do need quite a lot.
You can throw that in there,
Yep,
Trishy.
sure, come on.
What we're making here is the chocolate syrup that's just going to stick to the outside. And it's not a thick syrup by any means, is it?
Not overly, no. It's a little bit different. Sometimes you see Lamington recipes that actually heat the syrup first, but I actually think this is just as effective.
Okay.
And it's easy. So all we'll do now is to add some milk
Okay.
and mix it. You probably need a whisk, I think.
All right.
Help you.
I have one on standby for you.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to give you some milk now. And it takes quite a lot because the cocoa needs quite a lot of moisture. And at first you think you won't get it in, but it'll come. Nearly there. Just
Big.
think how good these are going to be.
I know.
Delicious.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, are you going to be the chocolate dunker?
I think I want to be the chocolate dunker.
All right, well then I'll put some cake over near you.
Sure.
Would you mind giving me that extra bowl?
Okay.
There's 4 cups of desiccated coconut that goes into this, but I actually think if you do it in 2 bowls, it's a better job. When you first, I'll give you a couple of forks to toss that around, otherwise it starts off all right, then it's everywhere.
So you got 2 bowls of coconut because we do a double dip.
Yeah, double dip. This first bowl becomes really messy really quickly, so we want to coat it really well, but you'll find little bits of excess will fall off.
And then we have that final finish of the coconut
That's
in the
it.
second bowl.
To
Ooh.
make them spectacular.
Good little tip.
There you go.
Well, Trishy, why don't we finish this? I'll be the chocolate lady, you can be the coconut lady.
All
And
right.
then we'll get to taste these Aussie icons.
Sounds good to me.
Well, they look good, Trish.
I think they do. I think Lord and Lady Lamington. Lord Lamington is their namesake. He was the 8th Governor of Queensland.
Oh, I didn't know that fact.
No, well, there you go. So I think they'd be pretty impressed. I think it's a fair job there we've done.
Well, you know what? I think Lady Justine must try the Lamingtons.
I think
just
so
want to
too.
open one up so you can see the gorgeous crumb in here. I love how you got this the chocky on the outside, coconut falling everywhere. Half for you,
All right then.
half for me.
Thank you, very kind. Yum.
That is definitely an Aussie sensation right there.